football. And we are underway from the Superdome. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
First and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. And the tight end goes in motion left. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there. And he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd and 9. On the counter, it's Henry. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Here's Jackson. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Jackson's pass intercepted. The Saints take over 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
He's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. That is the big fella, Nnamdi Madubuike, forcing his way in. He comes up with a sack. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Shuck now to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got us a turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish him not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
2nd and 10. Here's Shuck. And he's got it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Noah Fant from 10 yards out. And the Saints take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
For the extra point.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Saints 7, Ravens nothing. Charlie Smith to kick off for New Orleans.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 35-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
They'll come up 2nd and 7. They'll run it again with Henry. And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed. And he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here is 3rd and 5. Now Jackson. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
Here's 2nd and 10. Inside handoff, Henry. And he's going to be met at about the 43. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
Partner, that's another short run there, and I think the easy thing is to look at them right now and say, let's get away from them entirely. Let's start throwing the football, but I don't think you ever entirely abandon the run. It helps set a tone for the game for you, keeps your offensive linemen feeling good about themselves, and it actually tamps down a defense's pressure.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Saints are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
To throw now, Shuck. Swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Those are some of the easiest yards this quarterback will ever throw for. He gets it to his man behind the line of scrimmage and then lets him do the rest. He wasn't able to break it for a huge gain, but it was enough for the first down.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. To throw is Shuck. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
And that'll be incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they incompletions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Shuck looking to throw once more. To the right side and intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Ravens will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Henry again on second down. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Jackson now. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Now it's Jackson. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked up by Pete Werner. And the Saints are in great shape here as they...
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
So first thing that crosses my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Just the 1 touchdown in that first half. 7-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. And this will wind up way short of the landing zone, so that's going to move the ball all the way up to the 40-yard line. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. A run straight ahead with Achane. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
At the 40-yard line.
They'll go play action with Shuck. Flushed out right. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a 1st down himself.
Up the middle, Achane. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now Shuck. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 37. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Quick throw to Olave. Called out a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
Gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Shuck again. That's Olave bringing in another one. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
Even though they didn't pick up that 1st down, it gets them a few yards closer for a field goal, and that could be the difference in coming away with points or not. We'll see what they decide to do, but they're certainly in field goal range.
Well, They'll say no to the 46-yard field goal try. They're going to go for it. They'll indeed go. Here's Shuck. Convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly.
There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
To Zay Flowers.
Zay Flowers, 71 yards. And the Ravens have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the third. Tyler Luke now for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece.
That ties the game at 7. Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And this is not going to wind up anywhere near the landing zone, so this will be blown dead, and they'll move it up to the 40. Looking to put a drive together. Here's Shuck out of the shotgun. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Throwing, Shuck. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Trenton Simpson. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now here live in New Orleans. 7-7 is our score. Pretty even matchup so far as we start quarter number 4. Now a 2nd and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Throw caught by Flowers. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Jackson will throw again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. Connection with Walker going across the formation. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And Jackson throwing once more. And this is going to be incomplete.
Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses, because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion force there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
And this is going to be intercepted. It's Kool-Aid McKinstry with a pick. And the Saints are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. This is 1st and 10.
Is a turnover on downs.
The drive starts with a run from Achane. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Here's 2nd down. From the gun, Shuck. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
A loss of 5.
Nabi Matabike picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. A big play needed, no doubt. 3rd and long. He'll dump this off to Achane. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the 1st down. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so, but it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
That is caught. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. What do you think? Play this safe, just worry about getting to OT?
Yeah, don't make any risky throws. It's going to change the outcome. But if anyone slips, take the big shot.
Shuck now to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Two timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. They'll throw. Here's Shuck. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
He'll take over 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. Jackson. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
2 timeouts still in their back pocket. It's 1st and 10. Here's Jackson.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Jackson to throw.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Throwing, Jackson.
And his throw here is incomplete. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Charlie Smith to kick off for New Orleans.
So it's the Ravens who won the toss. They'll get the football first here in overtime as the kick is away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They go play action now. Jackson, he'll buy some time right. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. Running left, it's Henry.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. So they go pass, now they go run, and 2 plays resulting in really nice pickups.
Certainly sounds like a 50-50 deal, doesn't it? Sounds like great balance. Well, you know what all those coaches have told us over the years, Brandon, that balance is? It means doing what you want to when you want to. That play call is working very well for them right now.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7.
Jackson. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed.
And the Saints are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime.
Intercepted. The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
One team squandered opportunity. It's another team's chance to win this thing. They forced that clutch turnover, and now all they need is a field goal here to win this ball game.
Could not be set up much better, could they? A takeaway on defense. Now it's up to that offense to find a way to put themselves in position for the game-winning point.
Touchdown, field goal, they don't care. Just find a way to win it.
2nd and 6. Achane here, they stay on the ground.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Here's Shuck. He's got his target. It's Olave. Now inside the 25. Chris Olave.
And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT.
So it's a win here for the Saints, and it was thanks in large part to the play of their second-year quarterback.
Yeah, the numbers don't jump off the page, but he was a steady influence back there. He had a couple of touchdown passes on the afternoon. His guys rallied around him, and they're going to come away victorious.